So here we are on a very, very hot day today. We're going to be talking a little bit about the farmer's market and some of the fruits and vegetables that you might find at the farmer's market. I'm going to go over a couple, and then I'm going to make a stir fry with all the vegetables that we've done. A very, very simple stir fry. Here's some of the things that you might find at a farmer's market. We have a bok choy. I want to explain how to make a bok choy. With the baby bok choys, they can go in whole, but when it's more like of a grown-up, my suggestion is that you cut about an inch off of the stem, okay? And then you're gonna take the other, you're gonna discard of that, and then the other part of it, you're gonna just put it in small strips. And you're gonna cook that before you cook the leaf, all right? But when you do take it apart, I want you to take the leaves apart. It's very sandy, as you can see. It really needs to be soaked a few times till the leaves are completely clean. So just take off the leaves. After you've cut off the bottom, just take off the leaves. You're going to cut off the inch. You're going to save an inch, and then you're going to just let it be soaked. Then trim the leaves as you'll see in the stir fry. Okay.
I'm a big fan of eating that raw. I chop it almost into a slaw and then toss it with a little bit of vinegar, salt, ginger, and a little bit of sesame oil. Oh my God, it's so good raw, and you can let it marinate a little bit. It's crunchy and you love it. It's very refreshing too.
So lots of squash this time of year. We have summer squash and we also have zucchini. You'll probably see a lot of this in the farmer's market. So this is something you can use in a stir fry. We have eggplant. In my country, it's called aubergine, but here it's called eggplant. And lots of carrots, scallions. You're going to have probably get lots of fresh herbs like mint and, you know, fresh basil is this time of year. So I'm going to show you how to make a really simple stir fry. All right, this stir fry really consists, I actually got the mushrooms going because they take a little bit longer than anything else. As you see the bok choy, I just put it in small strips. It takes a little bit longer, the stems than the leaves. So I separated my stems and my leaves are over there for when it's ready to go in, and that'd be like the last thing. So I'm going to put the stems in now. And we're going to cook them for just a couple of minutes. And if you feel like your vegetables are overcooking for the stir fry and they're getting a little bit too soft or something, you know, but you feel like you want to put your leaves in, you can just take it out and then put it in another dish, and then you can always add after. Now with this, I just used a little bit of sesame oil, some fresh ground ginger that I already put in with the mushrooms, and fresh garlic. I left the garlic a little chunky because it disintegrates very quickly, and I don't want to burn it. It gets burnt very easy. But you can probably hear that all sizzling up. I'm just going to give this a couple more minutes, and then we can add. Now let me show you what we have. Also, we have peppers that you'll probably get if you're at a farmer's market. They're lovely this time of year. I've got red and yellow peppers. I've got shredded cabbage, beautiful carrots. I pre-cooked my carrots. I've just steamed them a little bit just to give them a head start because I am live, and you know, they do take a little bit of time, or I'd have to probably do them separate. I have the summer squash all cut up and the scallions for the ends. And I added some nuts, some cashew nuts. Obviously, if you're allergic to nuts, don't use nuts. It's not a necessity, but it does taste really good. Gives it a little bite, a little bit more punch. A little bit of salt and white ground pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper in there. That's mixed. I have that ready. So it's just a pinch of salt and pepper. Now you see the things just getting enough soft. You don't want to make them soggy. You're going to add your other stuff. So I'm going to add my carrots. Okay. But I did blanch them, as I mentioned. We're going to add some peppers. Yellow peppers. Zucchini. Put some zucchini. Some squash. We'll give that a quick toss. See all them beautiful colors. They're coming up beautiful. It really smells wonderful. And then, you know, like I'm going to let them cook just for a couple of minutes. And you know, and as I mentioned before, we always put our leafy greens at the end because they cook so quick and they walk down to nothing. So here's my bok choy. As you see, I just put it like in strips and that will wilted down very quickly. And I also have baby spinach. You can use cow, you can use anything you want in a stir fry. That's just so special. And here's my shredded cabbage. So we'll add a little bit of shredded cabbage towards the end. And then lastly, we have our cashews. I'm going to let that cook for a couple of minutes. And then I'm just going to show you what it comes out like. I'm going to turn it right down. This is our final dish. Okay, so I have a layer of the baby bok choy at the bottom. I was going to do a grain, but my grain didn't come out till this morning. So we did a layer of baby bok choy and all our vegetables. It's just such a basic thing. It's with fresh ginger, fresh garlic, salt and pepper. Saute all your vegetables, and trust me, you do not need anything else. Yesterday I bought some beets because, you know, in the farmers market, they do bring a lot of beets this time of year. And I actually roasted some beets. They've been in the oven a while. They're not done yet. But there's fresh rosemary in there. A lot of people ask me how I cook the beets. This is how I cook the beets. A little bit of olive oil, the water half filled with fresh rosemary, salt and pepper. And they're nearly there. They're not quite there yet. I was hoping to have them cut up, but they did take a long time to see the resistance of the, yeah, they're still a little bit hard, so they do need like a little bit longer, but when you leave them and get cold, there's like self-peel. You know, they'll be so easy to peel. But it's been a very large question how people do their beets. This is how I do my beets. So I'm going to stick them back in the oven for a little while longer. All right, this time of year, it's really, really important to keep hydrated. I have a fresh mint water here with cucumber. My sister-in-law brought me some beautiful mint this morning from her garden, so I wanted to make something with it. So I did this cucumber and mint water. And then finally, for a little dessert, because strawberries looked so beautiful in the market yesterday, I did a strawberry and mint dish.